You're listening to Gamers in Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life, conversational podcast about the positive impact video games have had on our lives. Recorded live on Kick, in a hot tub in the game Grand Theft Auto Online. This is episode 5 with our special guest, Storm from M3rk Clan. If you'd like to support the podcast or be a guest on an upcoming episode, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. And visit our Beacons page at beacons.ai/hottubgamers. You can follow both of us on Kick at badwolfrose and Plaid Baron respectively. Without further ado, here's episode 5.
All right, well, welcome back everybody to Gamers in Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life. I am one of your brilliant hosts, Danny, better known as Plaid Baron.
I am one of your other brilliant hosts, Kaylee, otherwise known as badwolfrose or Rose. Lowe's.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa. We all good?
Yeah.
So, our guest today is Storm from Kick. Go ahead and say hi.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing today?
I'm pretty good on this end. Still waking up. Need more
Oh
coffee.
yeah, it is way too early.
Too early. Wait, what time zone are you in, Magna?
Oh, I'm central, so it's only 10:30, but it's still way too early for
It is
me.
9:25 for me.
Oh.
Oh.
How do I know?
So, unfortunately, today we're on a bit of a time crunch. So we are going to get this show on the road. So, Magna, why don't you go ahead and let us know a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. I am Storm with Storm Gaming. I am a variety streamer. I'm actually quite new to Kick. I've only been on Kick for 6 or 7 months now, I think, maybe 8. And it's been an absolute blast. I was a Twitch streamer for a little bit. When I was doing some competitive fighting games, then I took a hiatus and made the switch, and now we're back.
Very
Nice.
cool.
Have you been enjoying Kick a little bit more than Twitch?
Yeah, the community has been really good so far. You know, everybody's got their few bad apples, but for the majority of it, the community has been really good.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about Kick is there's kind of a lot more real people on it than on Twitch, since, you know, it's a smaller platform in general. So,
Right.
there's, you know, that just means there's a lower chance of bots, basically.
And you still do get them. There's been plenty of times where people have been botted on lives, and they've shot up to like thousands of viewers in instant seconds. And
Oh, yeah. It's always suspicious when you're on Kick, you know, because your average Kick stream has, you know, maybe a dozen people watching, and then you get those random streams, you know, unless you're Hikaru Nakamura, you know, streaming chess.
Yeah.
But, you know, you see one at 10,000 viewers, you're like, that's not real. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. I strive for those numbers, but
You strive for them, but Kick just doesn't have that many viewers yet in general.
oh no, not at all.
So, yeah, a little suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
So how long have you been streaming in general then?
I have been streaming in general for close to about 5 or 6 years now.
Okay.
It's kind of funny because, like, listening back to like y'all's podcasts and stuff, and I hear a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, when I was little, we had this, and when I was little, we had that." Like, I never really actually got into gaming itself until probably like middle school or high school.
Mm.
I was the jock in school.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was the nerd. So you'd probably have beaten me up, but
No, I wasn't that kind, but I mean a trash can here or there. But no, after some sports injuries, quite a few of them, I kind of didn't have a choice but to stop playing, and then I found gaming to kind of fill that space and fill that void.
nice. It's good at that because it definitely takes a lot of time to game.
Oh yes.
Uh, you mentioned fighting games a little bit earlier. So have you been in the competitive space?
So, a very small amount. When I first started, on actually it was when I first started on Twitch. There was a game that was out by Anway called Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Oh yeah, that
Um,
came out a couple years ago. That looks sick.
yeah, it was really cool. There was probably about 20 of us that pretty much like not started. I don't want to say started the game, but started the community for the game. Um, and we pretty much just told anyway, like, look, focus on updates, focus on characters, focus on patches. Like, we'll take care of the rest. And we did a lot of inter-community tournaments. I think it only recently, maybe in the last like 2 years, did it ever get to like a con at all.
Hmm.
Um, and then anyway dropped it, and
Ah.
and that was pretty much the end of the game. But no major tournaments for me, more smaller communities. I finished in one of them. I was tied for eighth out of like 64.
Hmm.
So still decent for me for a first tournament. But yeah, it was a really good game, and then they just dropped it and focused on the cell phone game.
Yeah. I mean, I can't exactly blame them because even if it was a good game, it didn't sell like hotcakes. There comes a
Yeah.
certain point with any developer if the game isn't meeting the sales that it needs to support the studio, then they gotta reallocate budget basically.
Right. And that's, yeah, exactly.
So, what do you say we jump into it then?
Yeah.
I love getting to know you a little bit more, Magnus Storm. I really, really appreciate you being here and sharing some stories with us today.
Oh yeah. I've got a couple for you.
I'm excited about it. I'm going to go ahead and dive into our first topic today, which is how have games left an impact on you, or how do they influence what you do today?
Well, like I said, I never really got into the video game or gaming with friends until like middle school or high school was really when I got into it. I was a sports guy. I was the jock in high school. After six total, but back then it was four. I had a surgery on my knee every year, every summer of high school. So I had summers to really kind of dive into other aspects while I was just sitting there. And that's when I got a hold of gaming. I found an old console that I had when I was younger. I had the original PlayStation, the little gray rectangular box with the little pink and green push button, open and starts. Um,
The good old
and
days.
Yo,
oh yeah,
the
oh
simple days.
yeah, when things were easy. But that's when I kind of that's when I started getting into gaming. My very first game was Kingdom Hearts. Um, and it actually, ironically enough, that actually started me into Disney too, because I didn't really do a whole lot of Disney when I was younger. So that kind of actually not only got me into gaming itself, but like into Disney. Um,
Convenient.
yeah, it was a nice little two in one for me. But I think with most people, a lot of people game for the like release and the getting out of real life, not getting out of real life situations, but being able to step aside from like a real life situation. So like if I have a bad day at work, oh, I'm hitting the game hard just so I can decompress and like process my day and or get on GTA and blow people up and take my anger out and not get in trouble for it
And destroy
Yep.
cars.
and destroy cars.
Destroy cars, commit mass murder,
And everything's
steal lots of
fine.
money,
All the things you can't do in real life.
Yep, yep.
like taking all your stolen money and pouring it into a super yacht.
Yeah, yeah. Cooking cocaine and selling meth. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Wearing a bathing suit made out of your own chest hair.
Okay,
Pretty
mistakes were made. Okay. Mistakes were clearly made on character creation.
The thing is, though, there's going to come a point where you're going to be able to justify a subathon, and one of the rewards will be you will shave your chest into a bikini.
God. So I've thought about that. And I've thought about like starting out with my face, and just shaving everything completely off, and then working farther down. Rose, I believe you know him, but Partysaurus.
Yes. Yes, I do.
So
He's amazing.
Yes, I love Partysaurus so
I
much.
can't wait to meet him in real life. He lives like an hour south of me.
Oh,
That's not bad.
he was so he did I think, but I don't know if it was a sub. It wasn't a subathon, but it was so many subs, and you got to pick what part his best friend Alyssa got to wax on his body.
Oof.
So a little more extreme than what I would ever go for, but
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
little painful.
definitely a good subathon goal right there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to really hit the point where I can justify doing one of those crazy subathon kind of things. I mean, I'm still not even affiliate, so I'm, based
Not
on my
yet.
work schedule, I have to just take this really casually and, hope it picks up, but I can't even justify putting in a schedule for my streams, so.
I find out that, and I sometimes have to remind myself of it too. If you constantly focus on the numbers and who you've got in there, it becomes a job and it becomes so much more stressful.
Yeah.
That sometimes you just got to take a step back and just be like, okay, I started gaming for this reason, and that's why I fell in love with it, and that's what I need to get back to, because it's not a job.
Yeah.
It's not, well, for some of us, it's not a job. It's a release, and it's a way to process like your day, and
Exactly.
thinking of those numbers can destroy your mentality.
Yeah.
All it comes down to for me is if I can make a buck off of a stream, then I'm satisfied.
Right.
Don't need
It's a,
much out
it,
of life.
it's a buck you didn't have before.
Exactly.
All I want to do is just vibe with people. And if I can make money off of it, cool. It's exciting.
Right. It's a bonus.
It is. It's like a cherry on top.
But
A nice little cherry on top.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We don't need much out of life. We just need a little.
Those simple things.
Exactly.
Oh man, speaking of the simple things, the sunset. This has
I
become
was
my
just-
favorite thing ever.
I know, right?
I just panned down and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. Okay, I lied. Gaming needs to become work because I need to do this in real life.
Yeah, see, therein lies the issue. It's like, you might be like, okay, my goal is not to make money off of streaming, and I just want to meet cool people and vibe and such. And it's definitely respectable. But given the chance of, becoming a gigantic streamer that makes like $10,000 a stream, like, yep. Just
Yeah. I would take it
'cause-
in a heartbeat.
So I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Pirate Software, who I've mentioned on the stream a couple times, on the podcast a couple times, he just set the record this week twice for biggest hype trains on Twitch.
Wow.
So he hit level 55 on Wednesday at 179%. So his community hit the cap on that. And then on Friday he hit level 59 at 500 something percent.
Wow.
And he made something like $20,000 or $30,000 a stream on those days. Yeah. Completely
That's
insane.
insane.
And so it's like, if given the opportunity to just... He doesn't even stream games most days. He mostly just like streams his website and does Q&A on game development.
That is insane.
It's a lot of the streamers I feel like we know that make a ton of money do just chatting and just hang out with people and don't always play. And maybe like randomly they'll play games. And it's
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The key is the YouTube shorts, so we're going to have to get our...
I think Collector provided a ton of
He
content
did,
for us.
and everybody will see... Everybody will see that one on Christmas Eve. I'm pretty excited to get that
Magna,
one out.
we recorded a bonus episode yesterday
Oh.
with one of Plaid's dear friends, or Danny's dear friends.
Yes.
And
Yes,
it was...
I have known him about 7 or 8 years
It was
now.
crazy.
Oh wow.
It was crazy and very entertaining. So
He's a funny guy.
he is a funny guy.
I love him to death.
You guys are my drive to and from work now.
That is an honor. Just knowing that somebody is listening. What platform do you listen on?
Spotify.
Awesome. Oh, I suppose we should check if Apple's online finally.
I heard you guys were having a lot of issues with that.
Oh yeah, they do things differently
Yeah, of course
than
they do.
everybody else, and they make it extremely difficult to get your page online, especially if you are, I guess, unknown.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know. I can kind of see Apple doing that, like big name, want more big names, but I don't necessarily think Apple. I love. No, don't get me wrong. I love Apple products. Apple, don't come after me. But like
Oh my God, Apple's
Apple
the
is
devil.
not.
I'm
We
an
need to
Android
move to a
guy,
different
so-
hot. I gotta move to a different. All right, let me move to the other side real quick.
I have an iPhone.
Apple is. Oh my God, Miss Rose. Apple is not very like new user friendly. I will say
No.
that.
If you are not in the ecosystem, you need to agree to like commit your life to their ecosystem.
I feel like they kind of advertise that they're user friendly, but they really aren't.
They're user friendly once you are fully in.
Well, and I'll give them this: the design of their stuff. Like, if you look at their phones, the design is very simplistic. It is very push here and it works. When you go to like Androids and all the other models, they're so customizable that you can get lost within it, but at the same time, you're also like destroying the battery in your phone. So, like, at some point, Apple is a little more simplistic in like the use. But like when
Yeah.
you're actually like looking at like the ins and outs of it, like if you have to do anything to like a computer or anything of that nature, God, Apple
you're
is a
screwed.
pain. Apple is so tough to get into.
You are absolutely screwed at that point. Versus, if you're in Windows, if you're on Android,
Yeah.
the settings menus are there, the back end command prompts are there. You can do anything you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a completely different mentality
Oh yeah.
and a completely different ecosystem. Apple's the kind of ecosystem that's like, if you need technology and you don't want to think about it,
Yeah.
just let Apple run everything for you.
Yeah. It's like plug and play.
Yeah, which is fine for some people, but it
Not for all.
not for all. Yeah, and then meanwhile they overcomplicate things like setting up your podcast.
It is still not live. I checked it last night.
Wow.
I haven't checked it this morning, but I checked it last night.
You can check it after the party. Give them time.
Oh, it's been what, at least 3 days, if not 4.
Yeah. And they haven't even emailed us about.
No. It only said that we would get an email if they had an issue. So no news. Good news, hopefully.
I guess.
Yeah.
What's really funny about the whole thing is, in the end, it's just going to download the RSS feed that Spotify puts up anyway. Just like iHeart, just like Radio Public, just like
Everything else.
everyone else. Yeah.
What was the name on Apple? Is it just like, was it Nerd Life,
It should be Gamers and Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life.
Gamers and Hot Tubs?
I think I named like our name as like account name. I did Hot Tub Gamers Network,
Gamers. Yeah.
but the podcast is still the same name.
think you need a tissue, my guy. Or a neti pot. I'm not a fan of neti pots.
God, but they work so well.
Yeah, but they're so gross.
Yeah, but I mean,
I heard that they're
you know,
really, like, they feel really good, though. I've never tried one.
yes. They feel good when you're used to it. The first couple of times, it's gonna feel
It's
odd.
weird.
It's gonna tickle. You'll giggle like a little
Does that
schoolgirl,
make
and
you
you'll never want to do it
sneeze?
again. No, it literally okay. Your sinuses like run up your nose, up into the front of your forehead.
Yeah, everything's
And
attached.
then they come back. Yes. So you're literally just running water and clearing out the pipes, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing you do when like winter is coming and you need to get your furnace up and running.
I was not sure where that was gonna go. Like, that could go down
Yeah, I
so many
wasn't-
different
I
roads.
w-
I was a little concerned. Cleaning out your pipes in your house. Okay, got it. Got it.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Yep.
I will take
It's
that.
the same concept.
Same thing. Totally.
Pipes in your house, pipes in your head. You know. Head, shoulders.
Head, shoulder. Okay.
We're getting sidetracked here.
Should I reel us back into our second topic?
Yeah, let's move this party along.
Okay. Do you want to introduce the second topic, Danny?
Sure, I will do the second topic. So, wrong window.
There's a window somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I have resorted to pulling this up on my phone because it's so much easier.
Yeah. See, I've got my chat up on my phone.
Oh,
so
because you don't have a
what
second
I
monitor.
what I probably should do is have like multiple windows going on. But yeah, Magna, how has your history with video games, though brief, influenced your work and your day-to-day, not just with streaming, but like anything else you do in life?
Well, I mean, obviously, the more you get into anything, the more knowledge like you gain from the experience. And I think definitely like with work, like especially since I work in such an I work at an airport, and there are thousands of people all around, and we're getting new people constantly every day, and we're seeing new faces, and a lot of people. I'm finding out that a lot of people, no matter the sex, no matter the age, game in some sort of fashion, or their kids game, and it can become a way that brings people together rather than just like, oh my God, games, are gonna rot your brain out.
And people still believe that,
They really
yes,
do.
which is crazy.
yes, they do.
I had a guest say something about that the other day. Like, wait, you really play video games? Like, don't you feel like that makes you stupid? I was like, what? Excuse me?
How? What do you mean makes you feel stupid? Games are all about problem solving.
Right.
Literally everything in a game is a puzzle, whether it's an actual puzzle or like how can I survive this sniper. And anything you do in a video game is
Or how do
a
you open
level
up
of
a door
problem
or
solving.
get into a dungeon? Like,
Yeah.
how do I move this
Where's
rock?
that key? Yeah.
How do you survive in the dark with no flashlight?
Yep. Find all the tools you need to survive.
Yeah.
How am I going to be able to afford that super yacht?
Yeah, by the way, I did just get a notification that it's my time to go buy one. So
Oh, excellent. Have you got the funds for it? I think it's like 25.
oh no, not at all.
Oh, what does it cost to get one?
Like
I think
30
it's like
mil
25
for a
million.
basic.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, damn, that's like some mounts in Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
No, this
That's a
thing is
lot.
crazy. I don't know if we've been inside it yet.
No, I haven't been inside
but-
you yet.
Okay, there's some other rooms. There's a bar up at the
Is it
front.
bigger on the inside, like Time Lord technology?
It's actually oddly about the same on the inside. It's not quite a TARDIS.
Okay, that's sad.
Honestly, the casino penthouse is better, and the casino penthouse also includes another hot tub.
Oh, dang.
yeah,
Different than what we were in
but-
yesterday?
Yeah, so we were just on the roof yesterday, and then
Oh.
there's actually one inside as well that's more private.
Oh my god, do I have
Except
that?
for the weird hairstylist who stands around at it.
Oh, that's funny. Also, I just
So
realized
you
I
can
have
get
a
a
black
haircut
eye.
right at it. Wait, in real life or in game?
Oh, a lot of questions were about to be raised.
No, I don't have a. Yeah, no, not in real life. Just in game. She just turned her face towards my camera, and I was like, "Wait, is that really a black eye?" Totally is. That's hilarious.
Maybe. So the way to get rid of bruises in GTA is in your apartment, you step in the shower for a second, and then that should clean everything off.
Well, all of our group photos, I'm gonna have a black eye.
Okay, well, you can take care of that on your own time.
Oh my god.
I don't know, maybe you like... Oh, no, you did die once or twice, didn't you?
Yeah, just today.
Yeah, it's probably from that. Don't worry about it. You can stand in the background. You'll be fine.
We'll turn your good side.
Right, so we were talking about the airport.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so like, you know, meeting new people, you know, I always ask, you know, when you're not here, what do you guys do? Actually, one of the guys that I work with currently, we got to talking about games, and he used to play Call of Duty all the time, and I'm in a Call of Duty esports team, and so I was like, dude, you should check out, you know, this or whatever. And now he's one of the admin for like the Call of Duty team for M3rk, and so, you know, just I don't see it as a way of like, oh, it's gonna rot your brain, or oh, it's gonna do this to you. You know, it's another way to connect with people because so many people use it for so many different reasons.
That's true. I mean, games are now not just games. They're communication platforms.
Yeah,
They're virtual worlds.
they make you feel things.
They do. You know, they well, games have always been a great form of storytelling
Yeah.
from the beginning. And now you've got like indie developers who really push the storytelling into very emotional directions. And then, you know, you've got the money-making opportunities in games like streaming and esports and sponsorships, and yeah, things are heading in really crazy directions with this medium.
So, and it's weird because, like, you know, I'm going back to the Disney thing. Rose mentioned Disney Dreamlight Valley earlier. Two people in the team were playing it, and they're like, "Oh, you should check it out." And I did, and with playing through it, you want to talk about emotions, and you want to talk about like hitting you in the feels. There's literally a mission towards the end of the main story in the game, and the game gives you a warning. It says, like, if you are not in the correct mental headspace, do not continue with this. Come back when you are mentally sound.
Oh my god, does it? I haven't made it all the way
Yes.
that far. Holy crap.
Yes.
That's a weird warning.
That is a
Yeah,
weird
when you
warning.
what is it? When you unlock was it the Forgotten Lands in the very top left-hand corner? You will meet the fairy godmother, and you have to go through a mission, and literally the mission will give you the game gives you a warning. If you are not of sound mental health, maybe try to come at this, and it gets dark.
But I was gonna say that game is pretty
It-
dark for a Disney game.
Oh yeah,
Disney gets really dark though sometimes. I mean, think
They
about Mufasa's death in Lion King.
Oh my
Spoiler
god.
alert.
Yeah. That still
He
makes
dies?
me sad. Mufasa.
I don't know. It's been like 30 years since that movie
It's
came
still
out. I think
sad.
Oh
spoiler
god.
alert.
Why did you have to put a
Sad,
number
but
on it?
I think anybody who, you know, needs a spoiler
Oh my
alert
god,
for that
don't
kind
say
of thing.
30 years.
Yeah,
Like-
that's
like-
true.
You're past the
Why did
expiration
you have to
date
say
on
30
that.
years? You just aged every single one of us.
That's what I meant. Like, why did you have to put a number on it? Like, God.
Oh man. No, and you know what? Recently too, have you watched their Goosebumps series?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I
God, that's a
haven't watched
throwback.
it yet, but
It's
I hear
so-
that gets very creepy.
It's good.
Oh, the new one? I haven't seen
Yeah,
the new
it's
one.
good. It's dark. I'm actually surprised at like some of the music. Like they have some very trendy songs in it. Like the what is it? Daddy don't know that Mama's at the body shop. That song is in the like intro. Yeah. And I was like, oh dang, this is Disney. Like, what is Disney doing? But it's really good, especially if you grew up on Goosebumps.
Disney
Sometimes I'm
After
surprised
Dark.
that like Phineas and Ferb is Disney, for
What?
instance.
It is?
Is it really?
No.
You didn't know
No,
that?
I did not know that.
It says it on the intro. Disney's Phineas and Ferb. I'm serious.
Oh my god, Slaggy in my chat is like Disney doing something unholy.
Disney's always doing something unholy. I mean, that whole company is just.
They have secrets, lots of secrets. I worked for
They
them.
Well,
have, they have more corporate secrets than you did.
That was my first job when I was 17. I worked at Epcot. I did retail at Epcot, and I got to go underground in the tunnel and see. This is spoilers. The characters without their heads on. Are
Wait, Goofy's not real?
I'm sorry to ruin your life. No.
There goes my childhood.
One of my favorite YouTubers, Swoozy, also used to work at Disney World.
It was a lot of fun.
And he tells a whole lot of stories about working there and, like, especially dealing with the parents and the lines and.
I didn't have to deal with the lines.
my
I had to deal with
God.
parents and kids, but it was so much fun. Like our break room in the tunnel was beside the characters' break room, so it'd be really funny to listen to them and their stories about how they almost ruined some kid's life because they came out on stage and there was another one of them already there.
Oh no.
And I'm like, this is so much fun. Like I just want to sit here and listen to the gossip while I eat lunch. But yeah, they like.
Mommy, why are there two
Yep.
goofies?
So they coordinate it so much that like if Mickey is out at Magic Kingdom, he is not out at Animal Kingdom because you might have a cousin or a friend that's at another park at the same time and be like, I saw Mickey today, and no, I did. You know, so yeah, they like hardcore
Family
coordinated.
Feud.
Oh,
Disney
God.
secrets revealed.
That's
So you
crazy.
got two people playing the same character at the same time.
Yep.
You gotta. Oof.
They have to be very, very careful about it.
But
Yeah,
see, it's things like that that nobody ever thinks
Right,
about.
right. That's the magic of Disney. Even though there's a lot of
Yeah.
dark things as well, but
Yeah,
that's
but-
like their magic.
Probably. You gotta figure that early on they would have, you know, like 5 or 10 people playing Mickey at once, and then they soon realized what a mistake that was.
Oh my god, I'm sure something bad happened.
Yeah, and so they're like, okay, we're gonna actually change the policy on that. You know, probably in like the first year of Disneyland, Disney World, it'd be like, you know, so they'll
Disney
start with
World
like
came
everybody's
first.
Mickey. Yeah, it's a chicken and egg problem, really.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
I
Which
didn't
came
want to
first,
ask.
one Mickey or the lots of Mickeys?
It's nowadays we can just chalk it up to the multiverse.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
It's a Mickey from every
Like, wait, have you
dimension.
seen Spider-Man? There's all these multiverses. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Every single property is becoming a multiverse now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because it has like endless options.
Well, none of these companies want to get locked into any one linear storyline.
No.
And they want the room to explore while also not, I guess, like messing up their timelines.
Yeah. Yep. I feel like Doctor Who does it the best,
Kinda.
just because like it's so endless with being able to like change the Doctor and still have like the same story and stuff like that, but yet it can be changed
Right.
and then time is endless.
But also, any time they've tried to explore the Doctor Who universe outside of the Doctor character, it's been an abject failure.
I've never seen any of it.
I've seen a little bit of it, but I'm not nearly British enough.
Okay, anybody who is listening who has not seen Doctor Who, please go find the Matt Smith episode that is Vincent Van Gogh episode and watch it, because it is the best episode if you've never watched Doctor Who, to see if you like it, and it will get you sucked into it if you do like it. So, highly recommend.
Is it like you have to start from season 1 and continue through? Like, is there a story to it, or is each show different?
There's definitely giant story arcs that like if you start with that Vincent Van Gogh episode, you will get curious about other things, but like if you watch it, it's not gonna like make you confused. But there are episodes that you could totally start watching and be like, wait, how the fuck did we get here? So like, yes and no. I watched all of Matt Smith first, so I watched all of the 11th Doctor first, and then went back and watched 9 and 10, and then continued on from there. And like I was able to do that, and then I just got more curious where those story arcs started. But they do a pretty good job of like pulling you into stories and explaining things enough if you haven't watched it from where they rebooted it at 9.
Hmm.
Now the show started in like the 60s, and then how many seasons did it go through in that original run before its like 20-year break?
I don't know how many. I haven't watched the original stuff. It's hard to find to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know enough about Doctor Who.
Yeah, I know there's like 3 or 4 different doctors at this point, and
Yeah.
it's really old.
The first Doctor in the reboot, I think, was only like 1 season before David Tennant came on.
Oh, okay.
And then he's still everyone's favorite Doctor after all this time.
Guess I'm saying he's the one that's been there the longest too, hadn't he?
Well, he also came back for a few episodes where I guess like kind of everybody was just picking on him the whole time, because that's the modern trend for writing is, you know, pick on the white male character
Yeah.
and make him feel bad about his existence. And so that's what they did for him to introduce the new Doctor, who...
Sorry, David Tennant is not my favorite Doctor. It is not everybody's favorite Doctor. Don't you start that rumor.
Ah, come on, everyone loves David Tennant.
Oh, I love him more now after these like 3 specials that they just had.
You know what I love him as, speaking of Disney?
What?
Scrooge McDuck.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was Scrooge McDuck in
No.
the DuckTales reboot.
DuckTales.
a
Yeah.
I
couple
didn't
years
know
ago.
that. He's also the robot in Ahsoka.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I got so excited when somebody told me that. I was
That's-
like, what? Super exciting.
That's one I also haven't started yet.
I should watch Ahsoka. I saw Obi-Wan. I really liked Obi-Wan, actually. Especially that ending fight.
Yeah.
Really liked Obi-Wan. I've seen a bit of The Mandalorian, but I don't have Disney Plus, so I can only watch things in spurts,
I
essentially.
would say Ahsoka's really good, but Andor. Andor's my favorite.
Andor's just a badass character.
Yep.
I'm glad they, got the opportunity to explore him a little bit more. When they first showed pictures of Rogue One, and we saw Cassian in the background, he was wearing a coat that was very reminiscent of Kyle Katarn's jacket from the original Dark Forces. And
I didn't notice that.
the original Dark Forces opens with you stealing the Death Star plans.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, is that Kyle Katarn? Are we merging universes here? But then it wasn't.
Rogue One is
Aw.
one of my favorites as well, as far as movies
I
go.
definitely need to catch up with the Disney single series. I think I've stopped after like Mandalorian season 1.
The other ones are good, but I think the first season's really, really good. First and last season.
Disney's been doing much better with Star Wars as television shows than as movies.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I cried watching Ahsoka. I was not expecting to cry. I like ugly cried. And like now I need a tattoo.
No, God.
Like I expect Doctor Who to make me ugly cry. I don't expect Star Wars to make me ugly cry.
Star Wars can make you ugly cry.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Haven't been there yet
Even
with
from the
it.
Lucas days.
Haven't.
Like okay, like spoiler. Did anybody else cry when Leia found out Solo wasn't coming back?
It was sad, but like I don't know.
Oh, okay. Next topic.
If they hadn't established that they divorced,
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, they did split.
But they were like reconnecting, so like there were emotions there.
It was there.
I think my biggest problem with the sequel trilogy is how much they decided to destroy everything that'd been established prior. Like, just the disrespect of fans of the universe was, like, it really took me out of it. Like, oh, Han and Leia? Nah, they're split. Luke, the ultimate Jedi? Nah, he hates the Jedi Order and everything that, that he worked for, that you rooted for him to achieve previously. No, it just was not well thought out. And now there's these rumors that Disney's going to be continuing Rey's story in new movies. I'm like, this is just not.
Well, and let what is his name? John Farvo. Let him do all that stuff
Yeah.
because I love whenever like all his TV shows have been really good.
Parvo, yeah.
Favreau. I know how it's spelled, and I can never
Favreau.
say it correctly.
Favreau, John Favreau. Yeah. Honestly, you want my opinion? They should put John Favreau onto Iron Man 4 because I think Marvel is in more dire straits with. I think Disney is in more dire straits with Marvel at the moment than they are with Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna lose a lot of people quick if they don't turn stuff around.
They need to pay Robert Downey Jr. about $500 million to come on back.
And I love that our theme today has
Yeah.
ebbed and flowed back and forth through Disney. Well, and listening to Magna talk about that,
Disney
getting
is
back
everywhere.
into Disney things because of Kingdom Hearts, it makes you appreciate it in a different light. The same thing with Disney Dreamlight, you appreciate Disney in different lights with all these different things. I'm shocked that they've come into the game world as much as they have, and it's actually good.
It's Disney and games have such a sordid history. They always try, take Disney Interactive Studios, for instance, so they've always tried to make video games, and they've always been pretty happy to license out their properties for video games. But them directly making video games has never gone really well for them. And they've never given themselves the time or money to really do it as right as they could. They absolutely have the money. If they just made the time and they brought on the right people, they very much come out with 2 to 3 great games a year.
No, they have so much content that they could turn into really good games. And could you imagine if they made an MMO that was super successful?
They did a while ago, didn't they?
Oh, yes. Or an MMO-esque style.
What was it?
Yeah.
Need to search. So we're not just saying the whole time.
The Toontown, they did.
No.
Yep, they had Toontown Online. That was it.
Toontown
and then Pirates
Online.
of the Caribbean Online. And they owned Club Penguin.
Yes.
Apparently it's getting revived. I've heard a lot of people talking about it lately.
Is it?
Really?
I don't know what it...
That would not surprise me. It was very popular. And then PewDiePie actually shared studio space with Club Penguin when he was under Disney. Because they owned Makerspace or something like that. Maker Studios. Yeah, they own Maker Studios. I don't know if Maker Studios even still exists. Disney owns practically everything. It's weird. And yet there's rumors going around that Apple's going to buy Disney.
Yeah, that's
Apple's
been going
still
around
worth more.
for a year or two, I think.
Yeah. And that's a merger that would actually make sense in a really weird way, considering Steve Jobs founded Apple, then Apple kicked out Steve Jobs.
Oh my
Then
God.
Steve Jobs founded Pixar
I didn't know that.
underneath Disney. And Pixar's technology has become standard for Disney's 3D animation.
Be full circle almost.
It would oddly
Oh my
not.
God, that'd be wild. I don't know how I feel about it. And I feel like Apple would change how theme parks are. I wonder what the technology would do to it. How your experience would be.
Well, at that point, also, what becomes of Disney Plus? What becomes of Hulu?
Yeah.
Or an apple with Mickey
They're
ears.
gonna take the apple off of the back of the phone and put Mickey's face.
I said it here first. We have record of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't South Park already make fun of that at some point too?
Oh man.
Should I wrap us around to our third topic now?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll come back eventually.
Yeah, and then it's gonna blow up, and it's gonna be great.
We're mad at Apple until they let the show up on the platform.
Okay, so our third topic, gaming and relaxation. Let's explore the relationship between gaming and relaxation. How do games contribute to stress relief or leisure? Which I feel like we've kind of touched on, but let's dive a little deeper into it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will say, and that's probably the reason why I picked these topics, because they all kind of intermingle with each other, which makes it a lot easier to talk about too. Because with again, I use it just like many other gamers do when they have a stressful day at work or a stressful day at home. They want to be able to come home and find a release, some way to process their day, some way to take out their anger in a safe way, or just escape from the crap day that they've had and take their mind off of things. I use it for that constantly, whether I've got stuff going on at home, or whether somebody at work's irritated me and I'm angry and I either can't get to the gym or I don't have anything to punch, I can come into a video game and do all of that and not cause any harm to myself or anybody else and get in trouble for it. If I'm on Call of Duty or GTA directly when I
Let
get
me go
home from
destroy
work,
things.
yeah, it was a bad day. If I don't, there's some days I'll get home from work and this is slightly disgusting. I'm sorry, but I won't even shower. I'll just hop on and just get it out and just relax and calm down first, and then like step out. That's another big thing. You know, there's certain things that everybody does for different relaxation methods or practices or, you know, at home routines that they do that they need to do in order to feel decompressed and free of any extra stress that may be coming into their life. Because, you know, they always say leave work at work and leave home at home, and that's getting harder and harder to do every
It sucks when
day.
you bring work home, especially if you have a significant other or you have kids at home. Like,
Yeah.
it's not easy to shut off when you walk through the door. So having an outlet, like you said, either the gym or
Hmm.
some sort of game, whether it be cozy or destructive.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at it now. Ever since COVID, I'd say probably about 40% of the workforce is work from home now. So there is no leaving one or the other at the door. You're in that door all the time. Well, and that's why, like, not even just gaming in itself, but like Discord, for example, or X, Twitter, like you've got to find those other communities, especially if you're in a cubicle all day and you don't get human interaction at your place of work or you don't get enough of it. It's so important to find those communities that you can be comfortable in and get that release of talking to other people or venting to a gamer buddy online. You know, you guys go into a Call of Duty match and today's work sucks, blah, 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 and like you just, it's just a way to get that out. And so many communities out there can be so toxic and do nothing but add to that, that it's super important to find that either routine or that community or that game that lets you go in there and just kind of and just relax and just like let it all go, because it'll build up
If it
quick.
wasn't for the community that I had, like, I feel like I would have lost my mind and been like really, really depressed. Like, I don't know. I really leaned on my community at that point in time in Final Fantasy. And you're right,
Mm,
like you need that. And
Oh
like if you
yeah.
don't have that outlet anywhere else, like it's really nice to have whenever you come home and all right, my bros are gonna be online. I can sit down and talk to them and forget about my day and shoot the shit with them. And like sometimes you do end up venting, which is nice, and like you find
yeah.
communities that are accepting of that too. I feel like I've been very lucky through my kick journey that I have found a lot of
Hmm.
really cool communities to like lean on and be a part of. Um, I'm so oblivious to toxicity and
Yeah.
drama. Like if there's anything going on, I'm like, wait, what? What's happening? Who did what?
Oh God, I praise
Because I'm
you.
oblivious to it.
Oh,
But
Who did what now? No, that
oh, I feel bad when I
sucks.
don't see it,
be very
you know,
thankful
but like
that
I'm
you
not
are.
there for that. I'm there to have like what you're talking about, a community to lean on and have fun with and unwind with and just enjoy
Right.
games and life. So I'm not looking for that drama, you know.
Hmm.
Exactly. No. No, there's better ways to spend your time than dealing with other people's drama, and and then with the drama in your own chat, you could just be like, nope, get out.
Yeah. Block, ban, and move on. Just drop the dead weight and go. Yep.
Yep.
You know, and then that's like, I mean, I'm reserving a majority of the conversation towards the end of these shenanigans we have going on in this hot tub. But like, I'm so thankful that, uh, like, M3rk Clan found a gamer friend of mine, and she kind of like drugged me with her and was like, "Come on, you should come in," because we've been in two different communities together that were filled with nothing but toxicity, and it is like I know that if I'm having a bad day, or I know that if something is weighing on my mind, I know that there's at this point now hundreds of people that I can go to in that community and just be like, all right, who's got a second? I gotta get this out, and they'll hop on a voice call, they'll hop in a voice chat. Somebody will always be there, and it's just been so
It's like a whole extra
relieving
layer to
to
that
know
like
that there's
gaming
an
and
avenue to go
relaxation
down.
topic that we're on.
Mm,
Because like I don't know. I feel like you can't have that without a
Yeah,
community. You know, it's like an onion.
right.
right.
There's layers. But also, you can't do it. You can't do it yourself. There's but nobody. No matter how many people you have in your chat, no matter how big your community is, or if you don't have one, you won't be able to tackle everything. Even in just the gaming community, you can't tackle it by yourself. There's no way. And if it's done right, there's so much good that can come from it. I actually have a small section, or a small section of a post that I saved that I would like to read. I'm not going to do any names or nothing, but like it's
Oh,
somebody who's come to us from the clan is like, oh my god, you guys have changed my life and stuff like that. But and it's crazy because like there's so much negativity and toxicity out there right now online. All these keyboard warriors are going at each other's necks, and a lot of people don't feel welcome in an online world. Yeah, and that's crazy to me. Like you guys, we go there to do something else and to escape. Like everybody has their own life situations. They don't need another place to feel stressed out, or they
yeah.
don't need
No, that's
another.
exactly why I created my own free company in Final Fantasy, and like I miss having it, but that was my whole goal, was having this like safe, welcoming community. And that's also what I've been trying to like bring over to like my streaming, is like I want everybody to feel safe in my chat, and I want everybody to
Hmm.
feel welcome, and I want them to be this like loving, supportive place, because there's so much shit in this world.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Escapism is the key.
I just like talking about good things that come out of stuff like that, like me and Danny meeting and creating this and trying to spread positivity and mental health awareness.
Just completely spontaneously
Hmm.
one day, and here we are on
But that was thanks
episode
to Supreme
4.
Rio's great community that he has in a group chat, um, just being like supportive, and that's how we found each other and found a way to spread more
He
positivity.
is the
So,
man.
Hmm.
Yep. And this is definitely my kind of thing to, make a project out of
Hmm.
stuff, and find people to collaborate with. Because honestly, I'm not really a fan of streaming alone. I like having other people in the background that I can talk to and add more flavor to what
Right.
I'm doing. So, like, whether it's you, Rose, or my crazy boys from my gaming clan, or whoever, I like being able to bounce that conversation back and forth and add a completely sort of unseen dynamic to streams that you don't usually get. Um, unless with like the exception of say a raid night, but to have those background characters in there, like so you've got the main streamer that you as chat are talking to and uh, interacting with, but then to have that other background noise, to me helps me cut down on sort of the dead air in streaming as well, and just keep, like, to me it's just having other people there really keeps things moving a lot better
Hmm.
than I'd be able to do by myself.
Like, again, nobody's an island. You gotta have other people. You gotta have that flavor, those personalities, because that's what makes. And I mean, let's face it, it's great entertainment. Most people just come here to watch for the entertainment portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do more informative stuff, or back when oh, what was the, well, like, so okay, so take, and then I'm gonna throw this out there just because, but you look at OnlyFans. You know that was originally not started or created to be a sexual site. Like that was originally created under the impression that I was given after having a conversation with somebody else, that it was for like almost not instructional but more of like show offy. Like there's a creator, oh god, not Twitch, Fiction. If you don't know if you guys have ever watched, like, So You Think You Can Dance or anything like that. But there's a dancer out there named Fiction, and he was, again, from my understanding, I could be completely wrong. He was one of the first people on the website, and all of his videos and everything that he has on there were all like instructional martial arts videos and like dance instructions and like dance classes and um like more like informative.
Well, I know that that's what they tried to push the site toward a few years ago when they said, "Yep, all porn is banned,"
Hmm.
and then they just immediately lost all their money and all their memberships, and they had to double back faster on the yes
Mm,
porn than Twitch had to double back on the well, OnlyFans had to double back on the no porn, then Twitch had to double back on the yes porn.
got you.
You know, like it's pretty
Right.
similar.
Yeah.
How so like Twitch the other day said, okay, we're easing the restrictions on pornographic art and pornographic content. You guys go wild, and then everybody on Twitch went just a little too wild. So they were like, never mind, we're reeling this back because you can't be trusted.
I can't wait for the YouTube videos. I want to see it.
It's gonna be any day. They're getting put together. I'm sure. That was a moment in internet history that is gonna be looked back on and studied for a long time.
Oh yeah. But, back to the whole stress relief and stuff for the topic right currently. That's actually why I messaged you, Rose, because like the things that after listening to y'all's like intro video or intro cast, um, like I saw like what you guys were doing and what you guys were creating, and that's very similar to what M3rk Clan Gaming has to offer for like their Discord and their gaming, their whole community, and that's why I kind of like I kind of been following you guys from uh, when I saw a post about it from Rose on Twitter, and uh, instantly sucked me in because I'm all about the good vibes and the non-toxicity.
And like I love like how you said like you kind of found us through post and then the positivity and like I love that the more positivity we tend to spread throughout our content creation journey, the more people you find that are trying to do the same thing. Which makes me super happy because you got to be careful with communities. Like we've been talking, there's a lot of toxicity
Hmm.
out there, but there's also a lot of positivity if you look in the right places or you start connecting to the right people. And I don't know. I am a fan of keeping my circle small, but like I am finding that I'm expanding and
Yeah.
trying to find people like you and your clan and how you guys spread positivity. I'm just making sure that like if I'm stepping out further with people that it's
Hmm.
that and I'm not questioning what your motives are or what the community is about. I know it's positivity.
In that same direction, right? Well, and that's like I find now I have different circles. I have my small circle of like people who know me inside and out 100%. Like I can go to them and be like, "Hey, I need to get something off my chest. I need to talk." And like they're me and my buddy started a term like yes men. Like they're not just gonna agree with whatever I say and like, yeah, sure, go for that. Like, no, he's gonna sit there and call me a dumbass if he thinks that I'm being stupid. But then he's gonna tell me why he thinks I'm being stupid, and he's gonna give me his side of it. Like, I can tell you that that's the wrong thing to do, but if I don't tell you why, you're not gonna learn from it. You're not gonna see something from a different perspective. And there's very few people that I trust that way. And it nowadays, honestly, it gets harder and harder to add people to that circle because a lot of people hide their true intentions or their true goals or whatever the case may be. But I also have another circle, and that's where a majority of my M3rk family live, is in that circle where I know that if I needed somebody to talk to or to vent to or to pile stuff onto that I didn't want to carry myself, like I know I've got hundreds of people that I can go to and be like, hey, who's got a second? And somebody will jump on a voice call. Um, I might get five people in the same call, and but it's good because like they'll sit there and they'll either listen, or you'll get people who are not yes men, and they'll just go ahead and be like, well, I think you were stupid for that. Or, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, well, shit. Okay, but why? And then, oh yeah, I can see it that way now. Like, okay, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or maybe I could have approached it a different way. And so I find like the more and more I get older, I have different circles. I just gotta try to keep track of them.
Yeah, I'm really the same way because I've like got my gaming circle, I've got my job circle, I've got my like IRL friend circle, I
Mm,
guess. And essentially I do whatever I can not to let
They are not
them
allowed to merge.
become a Venn diagram.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like shitting where I eat, essentially. So I
Yeah.
just I try to keep everything sort of as spaced out as I can. Lately there's a little more merging just because I sort of found myself having an issue with almost feeling like I was almost having multiple personalities in a way. And it's like, but all these worlds are, basically the same. They're all based around games in some way because I am a game
Mm.
developer and now I'm streaming games and making podcasts about games. So how much can I really keep these separated out? And do I want to put myself through the mental anguish of doing everything I can to keep them separated, or
Give in.
do I just give in a little bit and invite people to be a part of these different sides of the one interest? You know,
I think with what you do and what we're trying to do, and in the content creation
Mm.
world, those lines are going to get blurred a little bit.
a little bit. It's just kind of inevitable, really. And I'd rather just be open and honest about it than try to really hide anything.
But at least you get to control the narrative, though. That's the
Yes,
important part.
that really is the important part. It's like, nope, this is my narrative, and nobody else can own it at that point.
Yeah.
Should we then loop into the final topic?
Yeah. I'm good to go.
All right. So the final topic for today, this one I really like. So, obviously we've been talking about like the different sides of gaming life in our communities and not being an island, essentially. So, who is a
Mm.
creator or friend that you would like to hype up, and what do they do, and where can we find them?
I definitely have to give this one out to a group of people, I should say, and it is gonna be my esports team, M3rk Clan Gaming. Uh, the president, Big Dog, is a young kid actually who he's like 26. He's actually younger than most of the group
Wow.
itself. But he's been through so much left and right, and has just really created a community where people can come in and feel welcome and feel safe and not have to worry about the toxicity. We pride ourselves in keeping a non-toxic organization open that's open for everybody, really. Any person is welcome. Just because we have a Call of Duty team, you don't have to play Call of Duty to be a part of our
Hmm.
community. Like, we have a spot for everybody.
What else do you guys play?
So currently, the clan itself was based off of a Call of Duty team, so that's been the primary goal since that's what we have a majority of
Mm-hmm.
currently. We just are starting to kind of put together and see how they form on their own, but we are testing the waters with an Apex and a Fortnite
Okay.
team. And there's a lot of big plans to come for January. Things have actually skyrocketed really, really well. And honestly, the last 3 or 4 months, I've only been a part of them for 4 months
Hmm.
now. I've not been in very long, and I think when I started, there was only like 100 some people in the community, and we're up to like almost
Oh my
600 now.
God.
Uh, yeah, it's been astounding. I mean, we are the official esports team of Dubby Energy. They are one of our sponsors. And that's helped bring in a lot of people, and we've done a lot of collaborations with them, and again, it's just another avenue that we get to help spread the positivity and keep a safe place around for people to come into and like be themselves.
So then, okay, so
And
this is interesting. So the clan is actually bringing in money.
everything we get right now currently is dumped back into. There is no paid employee a part of the
Right.
clan. Everything is going back in. We the money that we're getting are from W orders, just like an ambassador or a partner. We have our own code. We have our own. So when people in the clan go and order and use our code, just like any person
Yep.
would. But everything gets dumped back into everybody else. No one person is getting the funds. No section is getting paid. Everything is just dumped back into our community, so we can branch out and do more things with them.
So does that become like, well, because I think listeners would be pretty interested to know what does a gaming clan do with the money? Because pretty much you could run everything just over Discord for free. So, where
Mhm.
does the budget go? Is it into marketing? Is it into travel? Like, no business is without its expenses, but I think that's a pretty interesting topic to touch
Right.
on quick.
Right now, one of the biggest things that we do is more of on an appreciation level. We have monthly meetings with the different sections of our teams or of our clan. We have staff meetings. We have mafia meetings, which mafia is just like the intro level to the team. It's also a family and friends support section for people who want to be there to support either their son who's streaming with us, or a girlfriend who doesn't necessarily stream or game but wants to be there for somebody. And then we have our ambassadors who are the face of the clan. During our monthly meetings, we do like almost like an employee of the month or an ambassador of the month, and we'll get them like a free we'll send them a tub of Dubby and like our sticker pack. So we do have a lot of going into like marketing and branding and helping out our sponsor as well, because it's not like we're getting free stuff from our sponsor. We're still helping them, and they're helping us. And a lot of it's going into mark. Now, there's still a lot of stuff that I don't know. I'm a community manager. There's like 4 steps above me that know a lot more than I do. I do know, like I said, there are a lot of big plans coming for January, for the new year, really. And I'm very excited. Our goal by 2025 is to actually be in cons and different events with a booth and swag, tournament entries, and everything of that nature. Yeah, it's all happened within probably 2 or 3 months.
Wow.
And it's been crazy. Yeah, we are growing exponentially.
The
and
new FaZe Clan?
It's been such
Question mark?
Whoa, no. and man, about to get me in trouble over here. No, I hope nobody is listening. No, we are trying to be that variable that steps apart from all these other communities, and like for our president and all of our leadership, they not only just think of new ideas and promote new ideas like contests. Like we have content people in our team, we have design people in our team. Then not only do they do contests for them as well, but like they actually get in a game with you, or they'll get in your stream and they'll chat with you. It's not just like one dude in the big throne at the top of the table who's just like dishing out all these orders and giving it all these ideas to see what works and to see what sticks. They're actually getting into the nitty gritty with everybody, and they're communicating with their community, and they're playing and getting to know the people who are actually in their community.
That's badass.
And it's very refreshing because you don't get that a lot.
I like that. So it's a clan that's really about growing every single member of the clan, essentially.
Yeah. So our motto is one brand, one team, one goal. If the newest, if
One life.
That was perfect. So like even if our newest member, like we just released a list of like 6 people who just passed their ambassador applications, who now get to rep and be the face of M3rk Clan Gaming. Um, and God dang it, Rose, I don't know where I was going with this, but it was somewhere good. And
And now he's singing Bob Marley in his head.
my train just went off so bad.
But it's such a like that's a really great motto or phrase to live by for a clan, and like it definitely sounds like they're living up to it.
100%, and I thank you for saying that because now I know where I was going with that. But we just released a list of like 6 or 7 new ambassadors that got accepted and got approved. And pretty much our whole aspect behind it is no matter if you've been in the clan for a month or you've been in for 2 years, if you have a goal, we're gonna do everything that we can to help you achieve that goal. You know, because if you grow, we grow, and vice versa. And we want to see everybody who's got either a goal or an issue or an event that they're planning. We want to be there to support that person in any aspect. Even if it's, if not everybody can make it, we at least get some people in there to show support and show love.
Like having one
That's
person show
awesome.
up, it's still huge to have somebody from your gaming clan show up. Like I get so excited. I'm part of Team
Right.
Vibes. And like we're tiny and small, but like
Yeah.
we spread positivity
Right.
and good vibes everywhere we go. And it's so exciting to see people come in from that, even if it's just one person coming by and
Mhm.
saying hi, it means a lot. Man, I'm so glad to hear that you've been having a really good experience with that
Oh
clan,
yeah.
and like to know that you've been there for 3 or 4 months now and you still feel the same way about something that is that big. Because we were talking about this yesterday with Collector, and like how some communities they get too big too
Mhm.
fast, and like having 3 to 500 people in like a Discord, there's gonna be toxicity. But again, listening to you and knowing that you've been there three to four
Right.
months and like have nothing but really good things to say about it, it means they're doing something right.
Oh yeah, and like we get messages from people all the time. They're like, "Oh my God, like thank you guys," and I actually do kind of want to read a little bit. I'm not gonna say obviously for protection names or anybody, but I got a message from somebody in the clan that I try to reach out to 1 or 2 people who I either notice aren't really as active or who aren't, or maybe feel a little nervous about joining a group because of social anxiety, or they have some sort of mental or personal disability that they feel like they're going to get ostracized for, made fun of, because that's what's happened to them in the past. And I try to reach out to some of these people and just get to know them, because we're all still people, and we all have our own story, and I'm a very curious
Hmm.
person. I love to know why. But I had a member send this to me the other day, and I'm just gonna read a little bit of it because it kind of really hits everything that like what we try to do. Um, but this member says, "I can't thank you all enough for allowing me to be a part of M3rk. It seriously made my year, if not more than that. To finally find somewhere you fit in and can actually be yourself without being scared you're going to be looked at weird. It takes so much off my shoulders and has allowed me to finally breathe. And honestly, it shows in my work. I can actually do what I do again. And I'm a pretty serious person when it comes to getting shit done. So for me to be able to relax, man, thank you, all of you." Um, and then he goes on to say, it's even helped out with a lot of my home life as well. A lot of stress off my shoulders, or feeling like I'm pouring my heart into something that I don't really know what I have to show for it yet. I just started feeling like I was letting everybody down, like maybe this wasn't my
Oh,
calling, but that has changed. It's just shown me that I am in the right area. I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I just love to fix things, I just love to fix things for people. That makes me the
oh,
happiest.
dude, I appreciate you
Um,
That's
sharing
amazing.
that.
Whew, I got through that without getting emotional. Let's go. But yeah, and it's and he's not the only one.
That's huge.
We've gotten a couple of messages from a couple of different people, and it's such a good feeling to know that like what we're doing is making a difference and is making that change. And that people are truly affected by it, like not just in a gaming life, but like at home too, because we're not just about oh, it's got to be about a game, or it's got to be this, or it's got to be that. Like we're a family, like it's every aspect of
One of my
everybody's
members in
life.
my chat, who's one of my mods, B Grizzly, he's like, damn, he got me emotional.
Yeah, yeah, I, I practiced last night in front of the mirror to not get emotional while I read this. So no, I may have done it once or twice because when he sent that to me at first, I was like, okay, you're gonna make me cry. Stop it. I can't go on. And then he sent me another one. I was like, nope, I can't read this right now.
See somebody like that have that experience, like it's huge.
Mm-hmm. And our president, the big dog, his motto is, not really motto, but he always not preaches because it's not religious in any means. But he always, what's the word I'm looking for? That's not going to be.
Encourages.
He always pushes that, yeah, there you go, encourages, thank you. To be kind, be graceful in what you do. You never know what somebody has going on in their life, and they don't need to be coming into a game or a community where they try to relax and somebody's being a dick. Like, you don't know what's going on in that person's life, and you just saying hi or just listening to somebody.
Man, and you just said the simplest line that I think should be like the slogan everywhere for everything, and it's just
Yeah.
like, be kind. Like when you don't know what to do or what to say, just be kind.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to be kind at all.
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
It really isn't. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that feels like a great moment to fade this episode out on.
Thank you so much for sharing all this. Like I haven't known you for very long. I've met you recently, probably in the last like month, I would say that I've met you, and it's been so great to sit here and talk to you and learn more about you, more about your clan,
Yeah.
and like what you're about. Like I love getting to know people like this, and this podcast gives us a way to do that. So thank you so much for being here. For those that are listening, this is M3rk Magnastorm that is with us today, and you can find him on Twitter and on Kick. It is kick.com/M3rk_Magna_Storm, and M3rk is spelled M3rk. And you can catch more of these lovely positive vibes from him there.
Most definitely. I really appreciate the opportunity of getting on with you guys. Like I said, ever since y'all's intro video, and y'all's goals have really aligned with what we have going on at M3rk, and that's why I reached out to you and was like trying to get some info. And anytime you guys have an open spot or need somebody to fill, let me know.
You are welcome back anytime, my friend.
I appreciate it.
Well, so this has been Gamers in Hot Tubs talking nerd life, and we will see you all soon. This is Danny Flatbaron signing out.
And this is Kaylee Bad with Frizz signing out as well. Have a great Sunday, y'all.
Have a great one.
You've been listening to Gamers in Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life, part of the Hot Tub Gamers Network. To support the show or to be a guest on the upcoming episode, please visit our Beacons page at beacons.ai/hottubgamers, or follow us on all social medias at Hot Tub Gamers. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review, especially if you enjoyed your time with us in the hot tub. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon.